So you're thinking about moving to Southlake, Texas? Well, we're right here in Southlake Town Square, and I'm chilling in the shade right now because it's a little toasty out today, but you can see a little bit of activity going on around here. Actually, I'm going to show you a little pan around, but you know, there's so much concentrated right here in this area, and you have nothing but boutique shops, restaurants, bars, coffee, everything that you need, and even a couple of little big, not, I wouldn't say big box stores, but they even have like this little marketplace by Macy's. So, you know, kind of like that big name brand, but, you know, on a smaller scale, right? So to keep it a little bit more intimate, you'll see here, oh, we got pressed juices. I would run in there and grab a juice, but I'm actually going to go around the corner and get my iced Americano as usual. You got rockfish right there. I think this is the, that's the town hall right there. They even have, I'm just gonna cut through this. Nobody's sitting here anyways. It's a little too warm to be sitting out right this second, but I tell you what, around 7 p.m. tonight, around dinner time, a little bit of the humidity breaks, it cools off a little bit. They even got the purple store going on right here. You got Tyler's right over here, and what else we got? We're coming up on Stella Restaurant here in this this next little section, but quite a bit. This is heavily concentrated with a lot to do over here. They even have the post office. You can walk up over here if you need to go there. And most importantly, they've got the Love Sack store, right? The Love Sack store. So that is, if you don't know what that is, those are like giant beanbag chairs, I believe, right? Something like that. Hopefully that's what it is. I don't know. I'm not going to go in there just yet. You got Allen Edmonds right here. These are just a couple of stores I'm walking by. Rally, you even have Market. There's that Market by Macy's right over there. And I'm gonna walk over to this coffee shop, which is, what is that called? It's called the Cafe or something like that. And you can see you got the post office right there. So pretty much you can do everything that you need to get done right in this area. Shopping, dining, coffee, juices, drinks. They have pretty good bars, a couple of pretty good bars in here as well. I'm gonna walk across here real quick before I get ran over. Thank you. All right, have a good day. Gives you another idea about how big that marketplace store is. So I'm sure they got lots of stuff. They got a theater over here, and then, you know, you're just not that far from the lake on top of that. So everything that you need right around in this area. Let me see. Oh, Pure Bar or Pure Coffee. That's what this place is called. So I'm gonna run in here, grab a coffee. You know, we're gonna do kind of like what we always do. We're gonna take you around, show you a couple of different homes and different price points. That way you can get a good idea of what may fit in your side. Your budget, here it is right there. Pure Cafe. So I'm gonna go in here, grab a quick coffee, and then take you around, show you some homes and different price points so you can see what may fit inside your budget here in the Southlake area. And let's get after it right now. First time to the channel, you want to know everything there is about living in Dallas, Texas and the surrounding areas like Southlake, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Dallas. My name's Levi, my partner Travis. The team and I, we get calls, texts, emails every day, and we love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Happy to help you make that smooth move to Dallas or Southlake. Oh, one thing about parking here in Texas, what I always recommend is, even if you have to park a little further away from where you have to go, park in the shade, right? Because even though you may have to walk a little bit further, you may work up a little bit of a sweat getting there. I mean, you walk in these stores, they all have amazing AC, but once you come back to the car, the last thing you want is it sitting out here baking in the Texas sun. So I always compromise a little bit of a farther walk in case I can find a shade spot. So that's why I had to, you know, actually just squeeze in about an extra half a block, which is not really a big deal. And that cafe, apparently not a coffee bar. They didn't have my iced Americano, but they had cold brew. So I'll take cold brew. It's my second choice, you know, something nice and cold. Give me a little kick while I'm out here, burning off all these calories in this heat for you guys. So for you. So hopefully you're enjoying this so far. And now let's go check out some homes. All right, so we're at our first stop here in Southlake. You'll see the home right behind me. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, right at 1,576 square feet, and it's listed right at $650,000. The reason we're starting at this price point is because that's about as low as you're going to find here in the Southlake area right now. And the thing is that you can already hear the cicadas. I'll tell you what, it's warm right now, so it's nice and sunny, but I tell you what, a great day to be out on the lake, that's for sure. A lot better than making videos, but we got to keep this going for you guys. But you'll see here, pretty nice neighborhood. This one's back here on a cul-de-sac. It even has a 2-car garage. Now this one was built in 1992, but also was just recently remodeled within the last year. And you'll see that theme a lot here through Southlake, where it is kind of a little bit of an older community, but really well established. One of the top school districts in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. #1 in the Fort Worth area, because Southlake is on the Fort Worth side, or in Tarrant County. So you have Dallas County, then Tarrant County. Tarrant County is where Fort Worth is located at. But Southlake Carroll, one of the top independent school districts, great football program, academics, all that good stuff. And you can see here, very well established neighborhood. You're going to get a lot of that here in Southlake. Established neighborhoods, you can tell that by how large the trees are, all very mature trees throughout this whole entire area. And overall, you come back here, there's just, Southlake's super quiet area. A lot of these neighborhoods are nestled back here. This one butts up to the lake, and you can actually walk down there. This street is actually called Peninsula Street. Let's see right there, Peninsula. So you go down to the end, you can walk into the lake and access it from there. And you got several points where you can head around here in the some of these neighborhoods back up onto the lake. So depending on the neighborhood and how friendly your neighbors are, of course, if they'll let you cut through, or if there's some public access points. Otherwise, you're going to stick to some of the main boat launch areas or the park area to access the lake. Or you get down to Grapevine, also one of the main access points to be able to hit Grapevine Lake. But being this close to the lake, you catch a little bit of breeze. This home, like I said, you can walk over here, so that kind of helps out with a little bit of the breeze through here. Kind of cuts down a little bit on that heat, but you have to be used to the heat. Otherwise, it's one of those things where once you move here, you'll start to acclimate, and it'll get easier. Trust me. I mean, I think this is great, but also I'm only going to be out here for a couple of minutes. Left the car running so I can jump back in that AC here in a little bit. But other than that, super quiet, not a lot of activity. A car hasn't even driven by this whole entire time. But again, you're going to find that again in these Southlake neighborhoods. Older homes, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and most people don't. There's not a lot of teardowns here, although, well, there is. I mean, you'll see a lot of custom built homes. A lot of people will tear down homes, custom build homes. A lot of them will just remodel instead. There's some small pockets of new construction, not like you see the mass communities going up in Frisco and all those other areas. And then not a lot of apartments here either. This is a heavily dominated homeowner community, and there's very, very, very few apartments anywhere in here. Condos, there is one little section over by the city center, with some more of like townhome communities, but apartments, they kind of don't like that around here in the Southlake area. But everything over here, you're super close to the airport. Depending on which section you live, airport noise is not really a factor here. Now, you live a little closer to the east side of Southlake, like right on the border of Grapevine, you might catch a little bit more of that. But otherwise, we're here more in central, kind of like central, just south of the lake of Grapevine, Southlake. And we're not going to capture, you can see, some of these areas that have the flyovers, depending on the suburb, planes can be flying over every 5 to 10 minutes. That I wouldn't want at all. But you can see we've been out here for a few minutes already. No planes have flown over on this section because it's a little bit more closer to the east side over there. So something to keep in mind too, about living in the Southlake area, because you are super close to the airport. So that is a convenience factor, but also could be a nuisance factor if you don't like airport noise. But again, it does depend on which section you live here in the area. So it's just something to keep in mind. Now I'll cruise you around this neighborhood. This neighborhood does not have an HOA, so something else to consider. It's funny, AJ talked about not loving HOA in the beginning, but now, he lives up in Prosper where there's quite a bit of HOA. And the thing is that it's much better for resale value and keeping everything nice and neat in the neighborhood. So I'm gonna cruise you around here so you can see a little bit more of the homes in this area. But you'll notice if you see some overgrown lawns and things like that, that's because there's no HOA. And when there's no HOA, nobody to kind of regulate on that stuff. So you can't really get onto the neighbors about doing what they don't want to do, because that's what the HOA is for, right? Hey, keep your grass cut, keep your trees trimmed, don't have broken down boats and cars out front, that sort of thing. So to me, when you're in a residential community, worth it to have the HOA. This one doesn't have it, but it still looks like most of the people here take good care of their yards. So as we're cruising around, you might see a couple, but not that big of a deal. So with that, we'll cruise you around here and let's go check out another house. All right, so we're coming up on our next stop here in Southlake, and I'll tell you what, this home, pretty amazing, I think. At least, I mean, this is on 1 acre right here, corner lot. It's listed at $897,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, right at 2,636 square feet. That's gonna put the price per square foot right around $340, and it was built in '83, but just recently updated. And what they've done in there, I like it because they've added nice wood beams, soapstone countertops. Soapstone countertops are some of my favorites, but they gotta fit correctly in the right house. And then Viking appliances. They've got this amazing saltwater pool in the backyard with great landscaping. And hopefully you're seeing all the pictures right now to kind of give you a better idea. But look at all of the super tall trees surrounding it. That's great for your energy bill, especially in the summer heat here. And then look around at your neighbors and everything that you have going on here. Everyone here has very large lots. And again, you'll find this quite a bit here in Southlake. You'll find these neighborhoods just nestled back off here. Feels like they're in the woods, and larger lots. Room to grow, mature trees, close to the lake, close to the town center where you can get absolutely everything. It's just on the other side over there. And again, from the street, you can barely even see the house back there because of all those amazing trees. And as you look inside, very well done, maintained, and updated actually. And again, built in '83. So just like we mentioned before, that's what you're going to find over and over and over again here in Southlake. A lot of older homes, but at the same time, I mean, even this one, you can tell this is like a old ranch style home right there, but they painted the brick, updated the windows, and got a really nice Texas flag out there. And so, that you can see, you can tell. Now this one looks like it hasn't been updated recently. Probably still the same owners in there from the '80s, but you can tell whenever people do it nice, do the updates on there, then you're getting a very established neighborhood with all of the newer amenities in your home, and you've got the structure of an older home, which is great because after a home is 10, 20, 30 years old, right, then it's settled. Foundation should be pretty solid. That's the thing here in Texas now. Anytime you build a new home, that comes with a 10-year foundation warranty, but we're pretty much black clay around here in Texas. So during the summer, it dries up. In the winter, as it rains, or in the spring, it gets moist. It just goes back and forth. It basically contracts and expands, is what I'm trying to say. That cannot be that very good for foundations, but after the home is a few years old and it's done that 2 or 3 times, you can get past that. And plus, construction has gotten a lot better in weathering those types of situations. So before, when they built homes in the '80s and '90s and 2000s, that's something that had a little trouble accounting for, but now not really that big of a deal. Plus you can get little hoses, or if you have sprinklers, anything like that kind of can keep regular moisture to the grass, to the yard, to the foundation. That's always going to help as well. But let's cruise you around. I mean, there's some amazing homes in this area. No HOA again, but that's why you're going to have some boats like this parked out here. But again, this type of community, when you have a lot more space, it's like that doesn't really seem like that big of an issue in my opinion. So, and that's the other great thing about living out here with a little bit more property, then, you know, that's the thing you kind of come to expect. Looks like they've got a little shed off of back here. You could easily store a boat or something else back in there as well, but a nice, good acre lot, and the backyard's absolutely amazing. And for under $900,000 here in Southlake with the proximity and everything, I think that's a pretty cool house. Pretty good deal there. But I tell you what, if you've been waiting to buy, now's a good time to buy. But again, it's got to be right for your situation. So the main thing is just give us a call so we can discuss what's going on in your life and your situation, your budget, what you're looking for, and we can work through all those factors. So with that, let's go cruise around, check out this neighborhood, and let's go check out one more. And we're coming up on our last stop here in Southlake. Look at the beautiful park area right behind me there and all throughout here. And this is pretty much your front yard for these homes at least. You can see the homes a little bit down there on the slope. They're looking up at this way, and then you've got the homes this way looking down across the park, and nice little walkway. But this is the home we're talking about right now. It's 1.1 million. It's 3,250 square feet. It's gonna put the price per square foot right around 349.50 square foot, 350 a square foot, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. And I'll tell you what, built in 2015, as were pretty much all of these homes were built in that time frame. Again, you can kind of see some of them across the street. Really nice, no yards, no yards, and HOA here is $200 a month. Now, in my opinion, not worth it here at all whatsoever. Now, you're probably wondering, why did I even feature this house? I mean, I couldn't spend $1 million on something without a pool, or 1.1 without a pool. Number one, I'd rather go back to that last house. And number two, with no yard. I mean, there is a little bit of a backyard, but you kind of saw this park area is pretty much the front yard of these units, and the backyards are almost non-existent as well. But if you go around here, you know, you got the alleyway in the back, plus you're right off the highway. You probably can't hear it, but I can first of all see the highway a little bit off in the distance. Maybe you can see some of the cars. I can hear that. I don't know if you can, but you know, you can hear that. So if you're sitting out there at the park or in your little bit of a front yard, I wouldn't want to listen to that highway. Now look, this is the alleyway. We've talked about this in other previous videos. Nice alleyways when you have these rear entry garages. I like that. Keeps a lot of the cars and everything out of the main area or the front of the street. Kind of packs it off, but pretty much that's the size of your yard. You see that little fenced area on the back there. Let me show you. I'll even walk up on this. So I don't think any community is really that special, in my opinion, to get, like, first of all, this size of a yard. I mean, that's pretty much it right there. I mean, I think you got, it's not even really a backyard. It's like a dog run. So I know you're probably saying, okay, why? Most of the time I like the homes I feature. Why did you feature this home if you don't like it? Well, it's because it was close. It was close to the other ones that I was looking at today, and it was at the kind of the next price point. But also, you know, I want you to see the good and the bad and the ugly. So Southlake, there are some things. Now this house, again, we're coming up in the market right now. If you've been sitting and waiting around, everyone's saying this is shifting to a buyer's market now. I mean, for us, we were in a buyer's market the whole time. Again, you know, we work primarily with relocation clients just like yourself, looking from out of state. And the thing is that we've been able to secure homes for our clients at the prices that they want to secure them at. Now, I don't want, if you're a client of ours right now and you're watching this and you're going, maybe I should have waited. The thing is we still expect price appreciation to continue throughout the year. On average, every major indicator and company that measures these types of things All of them are hovering between 8 to 11% expected appreciation still for this year. On average, that averages out to about 9% appreciation. So that's not the 25 or 30% we saw last year or the year before, but that means things are starting to kind of level out. Still going to have home appreciation throughout this year. We still have a lot of people moving here. We know because we get the calls every single day. People relocating that have to relocate, companies, corporations moving here on top of that. So if you did buy a few months ago or last year, especially with us, remember, a lot of our clients did not overpay. They might have overbid to win those homes, but the appraisals came in, the homes appraised at that value, or they had some equity even after we made that offer. Now, the thing is we don't see those prices dropping below that, the home values. What we do see right now is homeowners still pricing a little bit too aggressively. And for that case, that's what's going to get them in a pickle. You're going to see some of those home prices kind of drop a little bit, but they're going to drop into where they need to be, where they should have been in the first place. So, that's the thing. Even if you're looking to buy right now, again, for us, we've always, first and foremost, secured a good deal for our clients. Now, when it comes to it, we've got to find you one house, we've got to find the right deal, and you make your money when you buy. Ultimately, we hope that everyone plans to stay on these homes for at least 3 to 5 years. And if that's the case, no matter what, you can still expect continual home appreciation over that time frame. And even if something were to happen in the next 6 months or a year, if you lost 40 or 50,000 in value, as long as you don't plan to sell right that moment, you actually didn't lose that value. Remember, your mortgage payment is going to stay the same. So therefore, you just wait that out. That's simply what you do. You just wait it out. Or you might want to pull out a little equity and maybe buy a second home or a rental home or something like that. That's how a lot of people start building and accumulating wealth, is leveraging their primary home to pull out some equity and put that down on another home. So we are going to see better pricing, I will say, throughout here. And also what it comes down to is you just have to give us a call, because we discuss with every one of our clients their unique situation, what they're looking to do, what are they willing to do, what's their timeline, do they have to move, or are they in a position where, this is, they just are ready to make that move. So overall, there's a lot of different factors. Of course, what's your budget, cash on hand, all those types of things that we have to consider. But we're not going to push you to do anything you don't want to do. So the main thing is that just reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We're happy to help you make that smooth move here to Dallas. There are better priced homes here in Southlake for $1 million. Trust me, we can find them. This is not the best example, but I do want you to see at least an example that doesn't look all, great on video. The thing is like, if I saw this house, I wouldn't want a client to spend that much. I'd rather go back to that previous house and buy it for $900,000. That's a way better deal. So that's the opportunity. Save yourself $200,000, get a better home, more acreage, more yard. That's what I would go. Maybe it's a little bit less on the square footage, but I like a little bit more yard on top of that. So again, everybody's situation is unique. That's what we take into account. And again, we hope to help you out. So if you're thinking about making that move to Dallas or any of the surrounding areas, reach out, let us know. And we'll cruise you around this neighborhood just so you can get an idea of what's going on here, what some of these homes look like. And until next time, well, we hope to show you around town.